It's almost like a window into another layer of the Word for them just to almost contemplate on an object or an image or the composition or whatever and let God speak to their heart through it. My name is Mindi Oaten. I'm from Cochrane, Alberta, which is in Canada, and I am an artist, and I've been working on painting every book of the Bible for the last 2 years. I have 3 boys, Dane, Leaf, and Bryn, and Corey, my husband. Because I traveled and painted prophetically when Kyle spoke in services, I knew, oh man, this is going to totally change my role. And I said, but I do know that the Lord told me I'll do a project at home for 2 years. And then Kyle immediately said, it's like he just heard what I said and he said, you're going to paint the Bible for 2 years. Well, I teach it. And so and immediately when he said that, I knew that's the project. So that's what happened. I flew home after that meeting and painted Genesis right away. One instruction God gave me in Genesis, so the very beginning, he said, I want you to paint the garden in all the books of the Bible. And so I have a little segment of like a flower or a fruit or a branch or some kind of thing of the garden in every one of these books. So I always start with reading. So I'll read the word, I'll read the book in the Bible, and I highlight and I underline words that stick out to me for imagery.
And then after she'd study, she'd freak out and she'd be like, I don't know what to do about this book. They're all the same, and I don't know what to paint. I don't know how to be original. And then she'd pray about it, and something would come to her, right? And God would speak through her, the Holy Spirit would come and tell her what to paint.
As I read, I would see visuals in my mind of what that could look like.
And then she would start drawing that out in her book.
It kind of became a theme, so you can see all of these little ones after. I would sketch on my own time.
Usually after she would do that, then panic would set in about how she's going to meet the timeline.
So then I would do that, come up with a composition, and then I just start painting it. It's like this weaving of art and God's creative genius, basically, and how He can use us as a vehicle to create more. This background, I'm going to do kind of just a faded background of like trees and green. Then I would do details and like little symbols with objects and then put it all together. So my goal was never for it just to look at it like, oh, there's some hands and an apple and whatever. It's like let the images tell a story to you, and then I start over and then do it all again 66 times. Right?
Every day for 2 years, we would come downstairs and say, hey Mom, what you doing? And she'd be like, I'm painting this. And she'd be like, do you like this?
She would sometimes
ask
tell
us
stories about it.
Or ask us our opinion on it.
She was always studying, like at night.
Yeah,
sometimes she was up there till like 11.
The journey's changed our family in the sense that I think we see the Bible first and foremost in a whole different light. Mindy's studying it word for word, and it really comes alive, and we've kind of all followed along with her in that. And
I just think it's pretty cool, like seeing all these paintings.
Yeah, I kind of look on Sam's Leaf.
And we got to see all this in person.
Being a hockey mom, so my 3 kids, my 3 boys play hockey full-time in a competitive league. So Dane got picked up by a teammate because he has practice and a team builder today. Corey took Leaf to Southeast Calgary for a game. And then I'm taking Bryn now to his game here in town. And then we'll go back into the city for another game tonight of Leafs. So it's a good juggle, but this is like the 2 worlds. This is about all we do. We're home, we're at the rink with the kids, or I'm down in the studio painting. Making meals and cleaning and getting them into hockey and going. And I would study a lot while I was sitting in the rink. The odd friend here or other mom, they knew the project that I was doing, so they would, they'd interact and ask, like, what book are you in? Or I would show people on my iPhone, like, what I'm painting, or, it's a conversation thing for sure.
to be able to witness to people. So
super rewarding, but I had so much feeling and emotion doing this whole project. Like, yeah, I'll probably cry. It was, because I paint alone, I really had time every day to feel God, connect with Him, see Him in the Bible. And man, some days was so much that I'd just sit here and cry because I think I got to experience a layer of God and His presence that words and language don't describe. But I would feel like a weight of His presence come in this room. I would just feel His presence. And the word I'll describe is holy, holy. Like all I could hear, I would see, like when I'd paint like birds and these, I could feel birds singing to Jesus. I know that sounds weird, but I could feel them praising Him. So I got a level of His holiness, and that we, in our everyday life, I don't think are aware of how holy and amazing our relationship with God is. So I got to feel that. And you just want to be able to experience that every day. So I don't know if I have to paint to do that every day, because I'm like, do I have to paint every single day? No, but I know the feeling I get. So even in my everyday life, if I'm out and I just tune into His awareness, I know what that feels like now. I hope it'll create a story of some sort, you know, like the Word coming together with pictures. It'll be neat.